Welcome back to the channel. This is Kevin with Everglades Canine Academy, and today I'm working with Moose and Hunter, the two beautiful golden retriever siblings. If you've been following our journey, yesterday we did a little intro video kind of talking about these dogs in specific, and today what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to get these guys loose leash walking. They have zero leash manners, and we've only done a little bit of marker training with them. So we're going to attempt to get them to, look at them. Woo! Woo! Let me tell you folks, these dogs are some of the strongest golden retrievers I've ever trained. And when they're doubled up, it is almost impossible. I mean, I'm a pretty averagely strong dude, but I really have to hold on to these guys because they are just dragging me everywhere. So I wanted, and I haven't done much leash training with them. Okay, so I really wanted to make this video. There's going to be no edits to this video. This is going to be a real-time video of me trying to get these dogs to loose leash walk a little bit. Okay, and there's really no trick. Really, what I'm gonna tell you guys. Really, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start doing directional changes with these guys, and I'm gonna give them the full leash. And we're gonna move in one direction. Look, they want to pull me everywhere. Every time they've been on leash, they've pulled to where they wanted to go, and they get there because they're so strong, and that has reinforced the fact that they should be pulling because they get where they need to go from pulling. And we're going to change all of that today. Anytime they're on leash at this point, we're not going to allow them to drag me anywhere. So basically what I'm going to do, guys, there's no secret to loose leash walking. Okay, it's doing frequent directional changes, making sure the dogs aren't pulling you on leash. I'm going to both try to keep them on the same side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the leashes about halfway. All right. I'm going to try to keep them on my left side. That's how I train most dogs. And then I'm going to start doing frequent directional changes with them. Okay, come on, let's go. There we go. So change. Boom, boom. Change it up. All right. They want to run past. And they also want to split me. There we go. There we go. Just a little bit of leash pop. I don't want them splitting me. Here we go. And boom. There we go. Good boy. When they get a little too distracted and too far away, that's when I do the leash change. You see me popping a little bit as well? Good boys. Now, these dogs want to please. Good. They want to please. Good. Look at, now I got them. Check this out. Not too bad. And we're going to switch. Change direction. There we go. That's a good boys. Then we reward. We reward the directional change. Good. Get organized. Let's go. Now we prompt them. Good boys. Look at this, guys. There we go. Good. That's a good moose. Good. Let's go ahead and stop. Good. Good boys. Okay, let's give them a little break on the grass. There we go. That still means no pulling. See, right when you give them a little bit, you give them an inch and they want to take a mile. There we go. Good. So most people get into a habit where they're walking their dogs and they think they need to keep going the same direction. But until your dog is well behaved, walking nicely, let's go. Do we then just keep walking in the same direction? Until that point, we're doing directional changes. Let's go. There we go. Nope. See that? Look at this. This is much nicer. And just within a couple minutes, I'm getting a nice loose leash walk. Now, maybe we can't walk around the whole subdivision yet. Good boys. Yes, that's what I want. You see Moose changing with me, Hunter following suit. Good. Maybe I can't walk around the whole neighborhood, but the dogs are getting exercise. I'm getting a more enjoyable walk. Look at me holding it with one hand now. Let's go. There we go. Good boys. They're also assuming the left-hand side, which is nice. Look at this, you guys. Look at it. No magic. No magic. Just directional changes. A little bit of leash pressure. They want to forget. I stop. I turn. Okay, maybe a little bit of a pop. Good boys. Look at this, walking right by my side now. All right, and let me tell you, come on, let's go. Good. Nope, Hunter, this way. Now let me tell you, I've barely even started their marker training lessons or obedience or anything. All right, this is all, come on this way, boys. This is all just leash pressure and timing, folks. All right, I'm gonna give them a little time to sniff. They're not gonna pull me though. Good. Look at that. Now, it took a little bit of energy. I'm a little out of breath, I'm not going to lie. All right, but within a couple minutes, I'm much more comfortable, much more confident with these dogs on leash. Okay? And it just takes a little bit of marker training, or not mark, excuse me, it takes a little bit of leash pressure, directional changing, and rewarding when they're walking nicely. All right? And you'll have such a much better walk. And we're going to do this every day. And hopefully I'll be able to walk all the way down my street with the other distractions. My neighbors have dogs with other distractions, and we'll work on that. But for now, boop, there we go. Good. Look at what I'm doing. Ready? They're not paying attention. I'm going to change. Pop. There we go. Good. And it's not even a hard pop, guys. It's not even a hard pop. Look at this. Look at this loose leash right here. Can you see it from that far away? Doop. Let's see if we can walk past the camera. Walk a little bit further. Look at that. They're going, this is beautiful, you guys. This is what I want to see. Okay, here we go. Come. Good boys. Okay, go to the grass. Get some grass time. So, I wanted to show you guys, even without some serious dog training lessons, we haven't even gotten to too much obedience with these two dogs. This is like their second day with me. I haven't done, the days and days and days of marker training, obedience training, all of that. And I wanted to show you how it's possible, even with two super strong dogs, to get them walking at the same time. Now, you do have to have some strength to do this, because they pulled me all the way down the driveway, all the way into the street. I mean, if you're having mobility challenges, doing this exercise may be a little difficult for you. Okay. This is why sometimes having a board and train is good, because I can really kind of try to build a foundation with them with leash pressure. All right. So all I'm using is leash pressure. Come on, guys, let's get off the street. So I wanted to show you, my audience, other owners, trainers out there, that there's no magic to loose leash walking. Loose leash walking is when you're living in the suburbs or an area where you have to have your dog on leash, a lot of my business comes from dogs that don't have their leash manners. And owners really need to take the time. Don't think you need to walk around the whole sub. Just pace back and forth in front of your driveway for days or weeks or however long it takes until your dogs just walk with you nicely on leash. Then engage them in a longer walk. All right, that's all you have to do. Good boys. And when you turn, a good sign is when you turn and they turn with you. See, here goes Moose, starting to pull. Boom, little pop. There we go. Good boy. Then we change direction, okay? Folks, it's as simple as that. All right? We use the leash. We turn direction. Good. We reward the better behavior when they're walking nicely next to us. All right? So we're going to continue with loose leash walking. You typically, when they come out of their kennels, they are like gun-ho. They are ready to pull and run and everything like that. That's always going to be the hardest part, is the first 5 minutes. But that's what you were seeing right now. I started filming basically right when I got down to the end of my driveway. Okay? And just within a couple minutes, as you guys seen, they're walking nicely. Now, every situation is different. My street right now is really quiet. Okay? We had like a truck go by. No one else is walking their dogs. This is an ideal place to teach them loose leash manners. It gets harder when there's more distractions. It would be harder if, you know, I'm living in a neighborhood where everybody's out walking their dog. All right. So not every situation is the same. I do like to practice when I first start with dogs. I do like to practice in a non-distracted environment. All right. A non-distracted environment. So it is kind of the middle of the day right now. Not too many people are out walking their dogs, but this is a good time for me to practice for 10 or 15 minutes. And then we go back inside and catch some AC. All right. So, you know, take that in mind. If you are struggling walking your dog and you are living in a crowded neighborhood, when are people going to be walking their dogs? Probably during the evening time. All right. It's probably going to be harder if your dogs are also distracted by other dogs and people and moving objects to have them learn when your street is really busy. And if your street is really busy, don't get discouraged. Try to take that as learning opportunities. You can still apply leash pressure. All right. You can still apply leash pressure and get them into a loose leash walk. I didn't give these dogs any commands at all. There were no commands given. Maybe every once in a while when I was turning, I said, let's go. But in that instance, I'm even using it more as a prompt versus a command. I don't even think they really know what let's go means. They're probably just hearing my voice and turning with me. But that's what it takes, folks, right? I'm not giving them a command. I'm not even making them heal. They're not even ready for healing yet, all right? I'm just really simply trying to get them to listen to the leash, all right, and follow me. That's the most important thing. And now look at them. They're pretty chill. A little hot, so I think we're going to be done. But this was a great lesson for these dogs, and hopefully for you guys as well, to see what it takes to walk one or two dogs. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I've walked up to 3 dogs, I think, that were all pulling me. So you know, take note, there's no magic trick. Just do frequent directional changes, but you have to time it right. Try to change direction before they really start pulling you, right? As they're getting too far ahead, you pop and turn, okay? So now they see my neighbor coming out with the truck. There we go. We're gonna get him to cue off that, or to disengage with that. Don't worry about that. Let's go. There we go. All right, and even then, you see them, they're kind of slowing down once they get towards the end of the leash. What a great lesson. All right, you guys, we'll see you on the next video, and happy training.